Good afternoon. Anita Dawn here from Cell Pilates. And wow, I just lost the internet connection. I thought, oh no, do it on my phone, but all's well, fingers crossed, yeah? So if I do lose connection, don't go away. I'll switch onto my phone. All right, so it is strength training, and today we're doing the chest. Yesterday we did the back. So it's always, muscles come in pairs, and it's always important that we work both sets of muscles in the pairs, yeah? And I mentioned a couple of times this week that just doing one of these strength training sessions a week is not a great idea. You need to do all of them. To keep our muscles strong and balanced, we need to work all the major muscle groups. And so if we just do one part of the pair, then you're going to create muscle imbalance. Yes, so as I mentioned yesterday, we did the back, today we'll do the chest. And then we'll do the abdominals and the lower back, and then the biceps and triceps and things like that. Yes, so really important because muscle imbalance leads to injury in the body, in the joints. Yeah, so we really don't want that. And one reason why we do strength training is to correct and prevent muscle imbalance, because our lifestyle creates muscle imbalance. Yes, so we tend to be dominated on the right side, right-handed, or maybe on the left side. Okay, so that creates imbalance. And most of my clients, being right-handed, they're very tight on the right-hand side and sometimes pulling over to the right, which down the road can lead to scoliosis. That's curvature of the spine. So it's really important. And so that's when we do strength training, like a gym program, or a weight training, resistance training, strength training. It's the same thing. All right. So it's really important that it is planned correctly and to be done on a regular basis. Yes, because if you just do it once a week, working each muscle once a week, you might get results. You'll probably maintain what you've got, but you're not going to get stronger. And possibly you won't prevent the muscle loss that we get naturally as we get older, okay? But if we work those muscles, we won't lose muscle mass. And we could lose up to 30% of our muscle mass if we don't do strength training. And that's pretty serious, because we need our muscles to get up and out of a chair, arms or legs, upstairs, downstairs, carrying things. We just, muscles get us around, and weak muscles a little bit useless, really. But we can strength train and we can get results at any age. That's what's important. Okay, so today we're doing the chest, and we've got two main exercises, and those are the standard exercises. You can have a lot of fancy stuff working the chest, but these are the main exercises. There's the chest press, which is the same as a push-up. Yeah, so we're going to do modified push-up. Don't panic. We very rarely do full push-ups. In personal training, we get there a little bit faster. And personally, if you don't have any wrist problem, shoulder problem, or back problem, then we all need to be doing full push-ups. Right, really important to be able to lift the body weight. I think pull and push the body weight at any age. Yes. All right. But a lot of people, they have wrist issues. Yeah. So then we need to modify the exercise. So we're just about ready to go. And so we're going to do the first exercise using body weight, no equipment, and then the second one we will be using dumbbells. So if you haven't got any dumbbells, if you want to keep working, you could repeat the first exercise, yeah, or you could do the exercise which I'm using the dumbbells for, but you won't really get any strength training benefit until you do get the dumbbells and do it, because the arms don't weigh a lot, and if you move the arms against gravity, yeah, it's not going to make a huge amount of impression on the body. Okay, so we're going to warm up 1 minute low impact aerobics. So it doesn't matter what you do for the minute. If you don't like what I do or you get lost, just keep moving, march on the spot. That'd be brilliant. Okay, so about a minute, more or less. Make sure there's sufficient volume that you can hear it. All right. Oh, my light's in the way of the clock. That's not a good idea. March it out and pump those arms. Let's take a nice inhale. Always good to get to big, deep breaths and exhale down. And again, last time. Good. Keep the march going. Knees up. Then we're going to march wide. And march in together again. And step touch, right, left. You can stay with the march. But step touch is quite a common exercise in low impact aerobics, so give it a try. Do the arms slow. Arms are kind of optional, but we really want to use them to get the heart rate up. Elbows are slightly bent here, just up to the shoulder height. Now let's loose the arms. I'm going to lift the heel behind the body, squeeze the heel to the bottom. Bring the arms forward, and as you curl, you pull the arms back. So if this is your first time on a hamstring curl, stay there. Otherwise, a little bend in the middle. Much more intense. 8 more here. Fabulous. How are you feeling today? You will feel great after this anyway. Then we're going to lift the knees forward. Keep the body upright and the knee comes up towards the chest. We can keep the arms low or high. So we don't have very much time to do this. So get the intensity there. Get the heart rate up. Fabulous. Last 4, 3, 2, and march it out. I'm going to take those feet wide a little bit, and I'm going to turn sideways to show you. We're going to stretch through the back and the chest. So get the upper back and the shoulders moving, and the chest, open up the chest. 2 more. Feels good, yeah? And last time, always finish with the opening. All right, so we're going to start off on all fours. Give some quieter music there and make sure. So I want you to, ideally, if you don't have any wrist problems, any wrist issues, and if you're not used to doing this, you probably feel it quite difficult on the wrists. But it is important that you do stay here for, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute, even if you're not going to do the push-ups, to strengthen the wrists. So gently overload the wrists. So here I've only got about 40% of my weight on the upper body, on the arms there. So you could always take weight off the wrist by just taking a little bit more weight back onto the knees. But ideally, we want the heel of the hand under the shoulders. The knees are hip bone distance apart, hip bone distance apart, and the knees are under the hips. We want to stabilize the spine because one of the reasons why we do push-ups and planks, similar to planks, is it's core strengthening. And we want to strengthen the core in a good neutral position. So pull your shoulder blades into your back pockets, knit your ribs together, belly button to spine, and we're going to have a vertical line directly down towards the floor and coming up. Inhale down and exhale up. So we want to keep that weight forward ideally and overload the chest muscles. If you sit back too far, you're not really going to get any benefit from the exercise. Well, not from the point of view of the chest. You will be overloading the wrist, so that's a good idea. Yeah, we could do single counts here for 8, 7, 6. So that's, you don't have to go very far down. You could do baby ones, yeah, and then when you get stronger, yeah, fabulous. Last time, then we take a little rest in between sets. Take a little rest and circle your wrists round. Woo. Yeah, and it's triceps as well. Get rid of those bingo rings, yeah? All right, so that was level 1, a box push-up. Level 2 is a modified push-up, yeah? So it's quite a bit harder. So if you can't have the box push-up and you need to come off the hands a little bit, then you definitely don't want to go on to the modified. I'm going to bring the hands forward about 6 inches, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then I bring my shoulders over the heel of the hands. And I tuck my bottom under, scoop in the belly to protect my back. Okay, so there's quite a lot more weight going on through the upper body. Yes. So if you're not used to exercising the arms, then that's probably going to be your weakest point. And let's do one more and sit back. Always good to take the weight. This is a nice stretch for the triceps and shoulders here. Sit back and the arms straight, elbows off the floor. Yeah. So you might find that it's mostly arm work, but that's great. So the more you strengthen the arms and the shoulders, the more you're going to work and get into the chest muscles. Yeah. So then we're going to lie on our back. I'm just going to get my dumbbells. So I've got 2 kilos here in each hand. Just gonna turn the heater off. It was so cold when I came in here, and I'm not wearing very much. I'm just ordering lots of workout gear with sleeves. All right, so when you come down, we're going to have one on each side. Come all the way down. All right, so be very mindful how you pick up the weights. Really important, because if you pick up the weights with a straight arm, you can strain your shoulders, and that's you out of the game straight away. All right, so I'm going to hold the weights, and you can do one at a time. You keep the elbow on the floor, and then you bend the elbow and bring the weight just above the elbow. Do that on both hands, yeah? And then from there, you're going to push straight up overhead. Not overhead, over the chest. All right, up from the shoulder, okay? I'm going to turn the palms away. I'm going to come down to the shoulders 2 counts and up for 2. Inhale down, so exhale up as you press against gravity. You might want to take a moment to think about being in neutral spine. Small space under your lower back, and definitely not arched. Inhale down. You can stay nice and slow or single counts for 8. So the elbows come down, touch the floor. So we need to be in this position if we're using free weights. We need to use gravity. But if we had the band like we did last week, you can do this standing. All right, last time. So we're going to do one more here. I know the arms are probably a little bit tired. Okay. This will be a little bit easier, I hope, on the arms. So turn the palms in towards each other. Soften the elbows. So you're directly over the chest. Now very slowly, you're going to open the arms out to the side. Let's just go halfway. And then imagine you're hugging a big tree as you come back to your start position. So inhale as you go out to the side. And exhale as you come back. So if you can go a little bit wider, and then nice and wide around that big tree, yeah? Inhale, keep the elbows bent so the elbows are always lower than the hands and the weights, yeah? So you're thinking about that big tree as you come up, going out, round and together. Can we go a little faster? Down for 2. And up for 2. Don't know if you can hear the music. And it kind of helps to give you a nice pace to your exercises. Inhale, exhale. Now for single counts, this would be too fast for this range of movement, and we are working into the smaller muscles of the shoulder. They're very prone to injury, so we need to be very mindful. Yeah, all right, good. And let's do 2 more here. Last time. So you're going to bring those arms up straight over the shoulders, bend the elbows to the floor, lower the weights down and leave them on the floor. And we're going to come up, roll off to the side, and we're going to stretch out those chest muscles. Yeah, I'm actually going to kneel. You can sit on the floor, but make sure you're upright, yeah? Or sit yourself back. And we are going to take the palm of the hands on the lower back. Now that might be uncomfortable for the shoulder, yeah? And also make sure you're not popping the ribs out forward or the boobs, yeah? So that's a little bit uncomfortable on my right shoulder. So I'm going to hold the hands here so it's not such an intense stretch. Elbows are soft, and I'm going to pull. I'm pulling the hands apart, so I've just got them here, just off my back, but make sure you're not arching your back, so ribs are closed, a little bit of core connection, yeah? Awesome, so that gets across the chest, and also, so we'll also take the arms out to the side, and that stretches more in the shoulder. So if you can really straighten the arms, yeah, and press the arms straight back, again, keeping that neutral spine. You can extend the hands also and roll the shoulders forward. How are we doing for time? Perfect. I'm getting to know what 10 minutes feels like. And always finish with opening the chest, rolling back, and we'll take a nice inhale. Thank you for joining me. If you are joining me here, say hello in the comments, yeah? So it's so nice to know that I'm not on my own on these. I know you guys watch it later, but it's not the same. I mean, it's still great, and it's fabulous that you are on the program anyway. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, pop them in the Facebook group. And this evening, we are doing think we're doing mobility of the feet. Yeah, you don't need any equipment. You might want to bring your flexor band along. Yeah. Okay, so well done. Yeah, well done, fantastic. So just remember, strength training, do all of them. Yeah, even if you did 2 of the sessions, yeah, every other day, that would be great. And if you're not quite sure what I mean, check in with me. Yeah. All right. Thanks. I will see you at 5:30 this evening. Have a good afternoon, guys, and keep moving, stay safe, and remain very positive, unless you're having a test.